beyond. Don't touch the dial.
You are locked into AfroBeat Live.
Hey! I don't know if you all came across. Do you see that video?
Which one?
The one we played last week now. You know, that boy.
The boy that fired his boom boom.
No, did you hear what you guys said? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He shot his winky.
He did shooting blockers.
So that's how you call it, winky.
Oh, for that age.
Oh, for the grown age, what do you call it?
Zozo.
Which meaning?
Zozo is.
Please don't ever disregard us again. So
what happened to blockers?
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Comedy Hour with your boy Jenny, and of course the family in the building. DJ Shybell, Yinka is back after 2 weeks break.
Yeah.
And see why. So where did you go for 2 weeks?
Okay, so
It wasn't a personal vacation.
No, the first week I was on baby duty. My sister had a baby, like the most beautiful little boy. Older sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her the baby's name is Caleb. He is the most adorable thing ever.
Are you the godmother?
No, I'm not the
What
godmother.
is she on the hot seat? Why did he interview?
No, that's what she does to people. That's what she does to people.
You know, while I was away, see why I've been praying about your matter. I did. I prayed. I said, God.
No, wait. Did you? Is it the matter or matter? Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry. The matter.
Okay.
So I prayed about it. I said, God, please give me the strength and the patience to not backhand CY when I see him and just hold
The backhand is so sexy.
No, wait. Apart from being sexy, what happened to 2 weeks in Yinka's life? This wasn't the Yinka that left
Mario, you need to explain what
Mario, what's happening to you and Zozo?
I think Mario.
Oh my god. Daddy, did you go there?
Maybe that's what is happening to her now.
No.
2 weeks.
No, it was good, and that actually helped.
Oh, it was. Zozo was good.
It helped to
Okay,
reset my brain, and it helped me to do.
Oh, Zozo reset the brain.
Yeah. If it's more than 40 seconds.
God bless. Hey!
Zanku for
So Zozo is like walking.
It's more than that.
40 seconds.
No, I trust my guy. It can never be 40 seconds. For what?
Yeah.
For what?
Does it take a kalabu?
No, excuse me. What's your problem? What's your problem?
No.
Now, it's getting very personal as a family thing. What's your problem?
You don't take a kalabu.
Do you use a kalago? Udwak is coming online very soon. Do you use a
I guess we
kalago?
can ask her. when she's online.
Alright, so it's been an interesting experience, though Yinka was not around. We had opportunity of discussing about feminism, and before we go off with today, I know she would say one or two things about it. That's all, just a review, because you were not here. The Don was here. We had a great time with the Don. He's gone back to Nigeria.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you for giving us good 2 weeks while Yinka was out with and while just recently we all celebrated the Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to every man out there who is a father, who's becoming a father. Just calm down now. We're actually getting there, but he can't hold his emotions. Our dear brother DJ Shybell lost someone very, very personal to him. He lost his father just a few days ago, and we're here as a family. I mean, he's strong to still come to the studio and be entertaining for you guys, to make you guys happy. Please, can you hear me send lovely messages to DJ Shybell, condolence messages and everything.
They are already taking a shot.
No, wait, are you using your father's debt to raise money?
I'm taking cash out. We are doing.
You not even said thank you or anything to people.
Next week Tuesday, I'm taking cash out. Please help my ministry.
Oh, Jesus.
Your ministry. So death is now a ministry.
I know we're trying to be sympathetic.
Please be. Help me with money. I need money.
But
how does money relate to sympathy?
Daddy, do you know that in Africa, when we lose people, we don't cry because we really miss the person or we'll miss the person. It's the expenses that will follow.
I cried though when I lost my mom.
Guys, America,
She's too dear to me.
Because in America, she died.
Like,
talking of back home.
I cried seriously when I lost my mom.
They are taking Ashebi.
So maybe it's just the moms that we care about because they actually raise us. Maybe not those shots.
No,
just a question.
No,
just a question.
No,
see why his father raised him up.
Okay.
He dragged me up. There's a difference between this and dragging.
Alright, so a big shout out to DJ Shabel and his family. May the Lord continue to comfort and strengthen you all. And please, whichever way you want to be a support to him and just be a blessing also, reach out to him on all social media networks. Let's just celebrate the life that Daddy lived before he left.
I think I can thank all my friends on Facebook. Messages have been so much. I can't even reply all of them. I'll just say I really appreciate the love and everything. It's not that easy for us, the Bello family. My father is a very, very good man to everybody, so there's nothing I can do about it, but we're good. We're good.
It's now you really appreciate
what he did those days, yes.
Even till this day.
Even till now.
This August will make it 2 years of my mom. Till this day, every blessed day she comes to my memory.
Yeah.
Every blessed day.
I thought when I lost my mom that was just the height of it you get, but when he died 2 days ago, I spoke with him on Sunday. We were supposed to go to the hospital on Monday, and I asked him to admit him at the hospital. But he just told the wife and my youngest sister that my stepsister that doesn't want to stay, and he went back home, and he just died.
He slept.
Just slept, and that was it. Wow. Maybe he knew exactly what was going to happen, but the way he handled it, I think he was a good father. He's gonna
May his soul rest in
perfect I did
peace.
collect cash app. I did collect anything. Zelio, cash app.
I can't. I was just about to shed a tear because that really got to me.
Don't try. Don't try. Give me money. You ain't got no cry. Give me money. You got.
Oh, all right. Let's continue the happy mode. During the week, we celebrated one of AfroBeat's finest. You must have seen him either on the Hot Seat segment program or on the Gospel Live, show. And he's one of AfroBeat's live. It was his birthday, Mr. Carl Omachola. A big shout out to you. Happy birthday!
Yes, so
and
turn up.
but no cake yet.
It's coming. It's coming. It's in traffic at the moment. It's assuming.
So come with pizza and chicken. So.
Yeah. Then also, we're having guests in the studio this evening, and there was something that happened. I'd like to share it. I informed the whole team and the production crew that hey, we'll be having guests at the studio. 2 beautiful, hot ladies. They'll be coming to the studio. I did not disclose their names.
And they brought in our sisters in Christ.
Yeah, guys.
The painful thing, the sweetest thing is CY came early. CY came early, hopping.
He was roaming about.
Hopping and anticipating.
I got a
to
new
meet
a new t-shirt.
Hey, yeah, sorry.
I got this t-shirt today.
Immediately he saw these ladies, he said it disgusting this way.
And he brought in our sisters in Christ. Who came from
okay, first of all, you're not gonna do them like that because these two are actually very, very beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
You didn't get what? They are beautiful, but
what?
Yeah, they are taking.
Oh, yeah, say it with your chest. But what?
I mean,
what did you
that
mean?
here.
What did you mean? What did you mean?
What happened to CY was exactly what happened to that Winky. He shot himself because he was expecting.
is something you guys play.
Okay, anyways, we'll continue with the program. We'll watch a video, you understand? And after the video break, you'll see our guest. We just go straight with our guest and we'll have a great time this evening. But it's good to see Yinka once again back after a 2-week break. And also this wonderful man, we have to encourage him, make him happy. He still has the father in his heart,
Please.
Please. Please.
Yes, sir.
Please.
see why the only way you have to make money now is your show.
Yes.
And people tickets are online, right?
His father's death is taking over the advert.
And see, I not pay balance for his.
There is no advert. There's no advert for his father's death. What's your problem?
He probably has on TV promo. I don't know if the producer is going to play it.
Anyways, also having at the back of your mind, September 1st, the second American adventure of Standing Out with CY. Don't miss it. A whole lot of guys are on the bill. It's going to be a Quagamastic Pambalue. So you all look out for it. Make sure you start ordering for your tickets. Yeah. But like I said, let's watch a video and we'll be right back with our guest and we'll continue from there.
All right. Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
It's your daughter. She means the world to me, and I'll be very glad and happy if I can just make her my wife.
Okay, so do you have all of the requirements?
You mean bride price? Yes, sir. No, sir.
Is it yes or no, sir? Which one?
Is yes, sir. I can drop 25% down payment now and pay small till it's complete.
I don't get it. What do you mean? I don't understand.
So I'm ready to comply with any terms and conditions.
What is this man talking about? When you were coming to my yard, did you see a signboard outside that the road to Wakanda.com? Eh?
This September, there's going to be an adventure. Get your kids set as Thank You Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, The American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edochale, Prof B, Egos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shibo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120 Daylong Lane, Clerkville MD 21029. Time Red Carpet 4 p.m. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets Platinum Table of 10 $1,000. Table gets food and drinks. Gold Table of 5 $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at iBuyTix.com. Standing Out with CY is.
Yes, those are the informations that are very important to you. The CY show is coming up September 1st. Is the second American adventure.
And please, the table is 1,000. But
1,000
if you can't buy table,
okay,
you can buy the seats
on the table.
On the table, because people want to kill me. They say table. I say wait, I don't understand. It's just table now. And do you know what is going to be on the table? We are serving Kobe.
You're going all the way, man.
Wait, but what about for the pescatarians who don't eat that?
Bring your sweat up.
Best what?
The pescatarians.
Have you heard that word before?
What did they eat?
Have you heard that word before?
See?
No, I know Presbyterian.
No.
Producer, have you heard that word before? Presbyterian. Sorry.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? So, because I don't want to be a bother, so just make sure you have some sushi, some calamari. I'll have some smoked salmon. Yeah, I'll just keep it like that.
Why are you setting CY over?
Write it down.
CY, but you can only write it down when she buys table. Make she give you money for table first now.
Anyways,
this is your father's death. I've really activated your brain.
Please, nobody should die yet in your family again. Just please. We'd like to give a big shout out to Harry Papa, Michael Obodozie, Adesoji Adeleke, Jumoke Shadare, Ure Jama. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please help us click on the button share so that the whole world can know we're on your screen. Help us spread the message. But it's good to have you guys join us. Thank you for being a part of it. It's the comedy hour with your boy Jetty and the friends in the building, CY Yinka and of course Shy Bill. And we have two special guests. Hot,
beautiful.
One Coke, one Fanta. Wow. And like one chocolate, one vanilla. Because we call it vanilla, but in America is
vanilla.
Do you know I just discovered
you just discovered
very soon.
I just discovered this. We call it Potomac.
Yeah.
It's Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac.
Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac, Maryland. Potomac, Maryland.
I was telling somebody today. One said Potomac. She said what?
Then she said, someone said, "Oh, Diego." Ladies and gentlemen, these two ladies, they are one of the finest in their voices.
Oh,
if you're talking about gospel music, all the way from Federal Republic of Nigeria, and these ladies are sound musically.
Oh my God!
Now, particularly one of them they are both crazy, but there's one particularly that doesn't even hide it. If you follow her on social media, you'll see a lot of her materials there. She is a great comic. I know her for that. In fact, she was the sidekick of our very own brother those days, who is resting in the Lord today, CD John. Remember CD John very well? Yeah. So she was his sidekick. Their combination was a kagaboo. It was a flandé.
It was a Buntman.
Help me now. Give me one grammar. Presbyterian or something.
I don't even know what you guys are saying. I don't even know what you're saying. I don't understand. What is a kagaboo? Is that an animal, like a kangaroo?
So, like I was saying, I am so glad to have my friends, my sisters in the building, join us on this wonderful edition of our program. Kemisola Adewale is right there. One of the finest in voices. She directs choirs. She's a music composer. She's on point. I mean, she handles music down when you give her the mic.
She wear all this kind of attires on her WhatsApp this thing. I don't know for how. Maybe she wants to turn fashion whatever.
How does her attire concern what we are doing here?
Well, she's supposed
you remember you lost your father?
I know.
Respect the dead. We are talking about a woman's attire. How does it relate to
thinking that?
And then he's not looking at me.
Your father's thing is helping you.
Yes.
And also, this is Sisioma in the building.
Bring them, Ren.
Yes. They're both going to say hi to you. So let's start with Kemisola. Then we'll come to Sisioma, and I'm sure they'll drop one or two lines of musical. No. See
why? Just drop.
Which note?
Just drop the way you used to do in church.
Which note did you hit? That's how That's how we are. That's how crazy we are. Having fun on the studio. So, Kemisola, hi. What's up? How are you?
Hi.
Hello. The whole world is watching. Let them get to hear Kemisola's voice. What's up? What's good?
Hi everyone. Everything is good.
I told you this one is okay.
You're trying me.
You know what we call them in Iran?
Of course she does. She understands. Okay, can you do like one or two lines musically? Just let the people feel your vibe.
No.
Yeah, just sing it like a
We give you all the glory. We worship you, our God.
Oh.
You are worthy to be praised.
It's a solo, not a duet.
I love
my voice. I need to rethink my career.
Oh my God. And she even explained it grammatically. It's a solo, not a duet.
They would disgrace you. This life.
Is it your song?
Okay. Chama, sing your own.
Alright, let's hear from someone. Say hello to the people.
I will keep quiet.
Your normal way. Wait. Say hello to people your normal way. Then as a counselor, you understand what I'm saying? How you say it on Instagram, then sing for us. Say hello.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Sisioma.
Sylvia Odimba.
Woo!
Chioma Sylvia Odimba. But my stage name is Sisioma. I sing, I write songs, I compose, I direct choirs, everything creative. I act, I write scripts, I write songs, like I said. Hello everybody. My name is Sisioma, you know, right back in Nigeria. You know, sometimes we sing, sometimes we do comedy, anything that will break the money so that we can pay the bills and not be steady to landlord, that kind of a thing. So anywhere God directs us, we do it. If it's nothing we do, if second we do anyone, we're available.
So can you sing one or two lines from your new single? Because it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's doing so well on YouTube.
So high. And
It's not a duet. It's a solo.
But this is the solo.
It's not a duet.
I can come and sing at the wake keeping.
No, don't come on. People will run. If the madam can wake up.
You don't want it to wake up.
I don't want it to wake up. It's already married now, and I've spent money already.
So you are. So what will Lazarus say?
Lazarus, that was very, very close to Jesus. Let me, my father is close to Muhammad. Not Jesus.
I can bet it with you. Even if truly he wants to come and sing, let him go.
You know where you will stand.
Go.
I'll pay.
Go.
I'll pay for the flight too.
All I just need to do is I'm just sleep.
Let's hear from Sisioma, her latest single, Wonderful Love. Am I right?
Yes.
Wonderful Love. Let's just one or two lines.
Is that the latest? There's another one.
What's your latest now?
Wait, so you're going to tell
I'm
her
current. I'm just ahead.
Current like
You
that.
went to the future and you saw her
I'm
next.
ahead.
Yeah, future currency.
You don't understand.
Well, it's actually correct. It's actually correct. Wonderful Love is a single, but I brought out another song. Victory is one, but
Yeah.
You know,
just a video. We're not out with a single.
Say it and put them, my enemies to shame.
Who are the enemies?
You're correct on that one.
Not you.
Give us one or two lines.
Okay. Your love is so wonderful. Your love.
Oh, Jesus.
So wonderful. So
Yes,
I can't get over it. So low. I can't get on the bed. So wide. I can't get around. Please let her finish.
I don't think you also happy.
Hello everybody, in this wallet, let's just do dog.
No, that is funny. That is funny.
You didn't see what happened. You will know that Sisioma is one of the people, one of the gifted talents that don't joke with money. As she was singing, immediately he brought out the $1 and $2. She threw an abuse to him. She took a break and threw the abuse. You remember that was something Ali Baba said about Yinka Efele, that they went for one party. Yinka Efele is on the wheelchair, you understand? He's singing, you know, singing, and someone just came. I said, let's spray him dollars. I said, Yinka stood up. Every time Ali Baba sees Yinka Efele, he says and cracks that, he cracks that.
No man can do. The one did not say. He said when they sprayed this guy D1. D1 sprayed Yinka Efele pounds.
Yeah.
He said, you know, pounds is the only money that has surname. Pounds sterling.
Yes.
He said he was spraying dollars. You know, dollars will just come. He said, but pounds, I just threw £1. The thing refused to fall. There was just, he said, Yinka studio is Ipsaleti.
Alright, GFM also joined us, and actually we should be having GFM in the studio shortly. We'd like to give a shout out to Adenike Alimot, Chiamaka,
No, where are you from?
You are blessed with names. And she's saying a big shout out to Idris Bello, which is Shy Bell. Sorry, but truly waiting concern women attire for this kind of time. Well, Udwak is online.
Did you see what she said?
I'm here.
Hey, want you. Let me mind yourself.
Isaiah Fakule says, CY is a hummer. He should stick to humming songs. Wow.
He is a G-Wagon.
Man, and he Paje also, you know, gave a compliment to this. Yes. These women can sing.
Yes.
As an American,
we sing too.
I didn't get sense to why should keep humming, please.
I didn't care. We don't even know where you are from.
She's in Canada.
She's in Canada.
Yeah, she's in Canada.
All right, so
how do you know?
Is it your no?
Actually.
Okay, what is it between you two now?
I don't even know for him.
No.
See why? I get special assignment for you. Must go for my father's birthday.
God damn.
Your enemies are out here.
Anyways, if you don't mind, I think it would be nice enough if for 2 weeks we spoke about feminism and we're only guys in the studio. But now we have ladies in the studio. It would be nice to hear from them. Sure. Now, there was a video.
Can we play the video again?
Do we still have the video? Okay. Let's see if we can play some minutes of the video. So you see where we're coming from, then let's hear your view about it.
Yeah.
As women in the studio.
There in the comments, a woman wrote, "Thank you so much, you two, for having this discussion, for getting out there and for warning women about the dangers of feminism. I learned too late that feminism was a scam. Today, I'm 55, I'm unmarried, I'm past the age where I can have children, and I have to take medicine to help keep me happy. I'm on medication. That is the scam of feminism. If there's anything that I could go back and do, I would have warned myself against the scam of feminism." That's a very serious and a very deep comment, and it's something that it broke my heart when I read it, because that's what I believe is happening today. I believe these voices like Lena Dunham and Miley Cyrus and Chelsea Handler are convincing women against themselves, telling women you don't need a man, you don't need anyone, you should want to do everything by yourself. And if you do aspire to that, if you just aspire to that there's something wrong with you, well, always pause when you believe that you're being brainwashed. Always pause and ask yourself the question, what if we took this all the way to the extreme? Who is the most extreme feminist that you know today? Mine would definitely be Chelsea Handler, maybe Sarah Silverman, right? Definitely Lena Dunham, Alyssa Milano. And ask yourself a very simple question. Do you think those women are happy? There's no chance that they're happy. There's no chance that they're happy.
You heard all what she said, like talking about feminism being like a scam.
All being taken to the extreme.
Is taken to the extreme. You know, what's your take on it? We were able to discuss this for 2 weeks. Painfully, my dear baby was not around, which I knew she would have spoken and advocated in one area or the other. You know, because she brings the spice to the show. So now with what you guys, Oga James, Brad James, we hear you.
Say, Sue, you have to do your couple.
Because they confuse you. Because you don't reach Nigeria now.
Anyways, so what's your take on it? You guys heard what she said. And by the way, that woman right there you saw on the screen is 55 years old.
She looks good.
Very
good. Is she married?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's it. She says she's not married. She doesn't have kids. Now she's on pills to be happy every day.
I'm gonna let our guests, say their opinions, and then
okay. Who wants to go first?
Okay, let me go first. I think feminism is just an extreme way of women fighting back. Years of being culturally put down. Being told your place is so far, no more, and all of that. So women then took it to an extreme of, okay, we can exist without men. Like, what are the men even useful for? Like, you're just like, we can get sperm donors and all, get babies. We work like you guys work. Before you used to call yourself the breadwinners. Some women are now the breadwinners in their homes. So it's like, what is your relevance at the end of the day? But I'll come from a Christian perspective because I'm a child of God.
Hallelujah!
What I'm saying is just look at Just look at, you know, and I believe that God is the wisest being, and He created man and said it's not good for man to be alone. There has to be a woman. So there is a balance that both sexes bring to the universe. If you try to run this world like we run the world, girls and all of that, it's nice, good enough if it's just kept in the song. But realistically, we need it's from that place. Yes. We need the sexes.
Really see why you started, right?
There's an and
but you started fire too, right?
Okay. I just believe in mutual respect. Mutual respect, not just because she's a lady or he's a man, but just because he's a human being, she's a human being. You know, let's just respect one another. Let's yeah, we have differences. That's what makes the world interesting. If we were all the same, the world would be a very boring place. But the maturity of communication, of always trying to see from the other person's perspective, is what makes the world a better place. So I'm not a feminist by any means. I truly believe the place of the man, and I would also love for the men to also understand the place of the woman and not just relegate her. You know, cultural beliefs are one of the most difficult things to rid people of. Getting to see women beyond just the homemakers and all of that. There are some women, there are lots of women, not some.
My mom,
smart in the boardroom, you know, creativity, you know, fashion industry and all of that.
Yeah.
So let's not try to put off somebody else's life because it's blinding your eyes. You can just get a pair of shades, you know, and everybody can shine in one occurrence, you know.
Revelation. Let's hear what Kemi has to say.
Okay, all these things boils down to family values. When you train your children or the way they grow up, seeing the father and the mother in the home affects the leverage or the way the children think at the end of the day. Now, coming to feminism, I am not in any way. I believe I'm an only girl within 6 brothers. So I know that there's the place of the man and the place of the woman. But in these days, where the women are doing almost everything, I think we need a bit of accolade so that we will understand, and the men also can understand that these women are emerging. It's no longer that woman who ties the wrapper and is always in the kitchen, you know, and it's just courtesy. Or it's just normal that when there's somebody around you working hard, that you appreciate this person. And you know, Africa, where we come from, we believe that women are the lower gender. Because, and that's just, you know, a belief. In this part of the world, everybody is coming out. Everybody is doing one thing or the other. So I just want to say, like she has said, going back to where I am from and going back to what I believe in. I am a Christian also, and the Bible says He created he and she.
Not Adam and Steve.
Yes, not Adam and Steve.
Whole different conversation.
And He said that the two of them will be together. They will create it for each other. They will be naked and not be ashamed. In other words, that the woman needs a woman. And the woman needs
in other words, the man needs to be naked to the woman needs to be naked to the man.
I just said yes.
You know, and another thing I want to quickly say is, you know, roles.
I didn't want to talk before.
See why made them beautiful. Roles, you know, when you say, okay, this is the man's place, this is the woman's place, it looks as if roles are being reversed.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is, let me just use the marriage for example. I'm not married, but I watched my parents' marriage. They were married for 48 years before my dad passed.
Jesus.
It was a fantastic marriage. So you can't now hold on to, you know, I go to work and come back and my food should be ready. Sometimes it's both male and female that
vice
go to
versa
work and come back at the same
ways.
time. So the roles are being shifted and moved a bit. Just if you say you love somebody, you try to see how you make the other person's life a bit better. If you see that your wife is tired, you can't be insisting you want to eat in you at that time.
Are we back to family values now?
But
All right, we've not heard Yinka.
oh yeah, Chris, your Chris.
So I think it's very, very interesting because both of these very beautiful women eloquently said in the beginning that they did not believe in feminism or that they are not feminist. But by tradition, both of your definition of what you guys believe is actually feminist beliefs. Right, so by definition, because I like to talk my talk.
Talk.
I'm just gonna say. So here's the definition of feminism. Okay, the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. Feminism advocates social, political, economic, and intellectual equality for women and men. Feminism defines a political perspective. It is distinct from sex or gender. Right? So you guys talked about gender roles in your definitions. You talked about how the world is constantly shaping and men and women need to understand that this is not the 50s. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't come home and your wife is in this big beautiful gown with or whatever it is and hand saying, babe, would you like to eat now and fuck later? That's not the way that we're doing things. Like it's the truth.
Excuse me, can we example?
Excuse me. Somebody would pound the yam jaw. The strong woman. On that note, I run. Isayo.
There is another comment, but we'll read it after we hear what he has. It's a long, from Michael Obodoze, it's a long comment,
So I'll make mine short. Based upon the video, one thing that the woman said that was so cringeworthy was that she said, I believe that feminism is a scam. And that is not true. Because if you're telling women that the right for you to get equal pay, the right for you to say no to your husband and for him to not rape you, because yes, husbands can rape their wives, the right for you to say, hey, just because I'm wearing a skirt does not mean that your hand can go up it. If you think that those beliefs are a scam, then my lady, perhaps you should be working at a sex dungeon and having everything poked in every single hole of your body.
But that's not all about feminism.
No, but when you're talking about political equality, intellectual equality,
but that's not what you were saying.
It's not extreme feminism.
It's not extreme feminism.
Saying that you don't need a man.
No, I understand, right? And what I'm talking about, the definition of feminism, right? And we're not saying extreme feminism. Her specific quote was, feminism is a scam. She did not say extreme feminism. She said feminism is a scam.
Yeah.
So when you are talking about, what actually it is, which is political, social equality, don't say that those things are a scam. Now you guys are telling me that she's 55 years old and, now she wants to have kids, blah, blah, blah. As a feminist, nobody told you that, you shouldn't have a husband or have kids. Nobody ever said that. One of the most, and I'm not going to say her name because I always mess it up, but she's a huge feminist from Nigeria,
Chimamanda, okay.
Yes, she has a husband and she got kids, and she's a huge feminist.
But she says she's not a feminist.
No, she did. She said feminism is, her whole quote was in Beyonce's song. Go look it up.
But I listened to one of her speech, and she said she is not. I think she actually what's the English again?
I don't know, but she has said that she is a feminist. She actually goes on talks.
I believe, if I may comment, I think I understand where Yinka is coming from, and I know where you want to, maybe give an alternative understanding to it. But I think what Yinka is trying to say, or what even Dia is trying to say, is where she's coming from. For her to say feminism,
I remember the English recant. Yes.
She said she recanted her statement as being a feminist.
Really?
I had to.
So she gonna recant
so that they won't think I didn't go.
Is she gonna recant those?
Actually, we are thinking so. But where she's coming from, I believe, now that I've heard these ladies speak, it gives me a better and a wider or broader understanding about what she was saying. I think she's coming from her own personal experience.
Exactly.
So, which cannot be generalized.
Exactly.
But it should be able to send a message like when things like this are out there, understand the true essence, because for me she misunderstood it. Because to be real, if you're talking about feminism, right? If you're saying feminism, you're talking about exactly how she defined it, how to be appreciated in the society as a woman, equal rights, you have to get the jobs that you feel is only for men, I can get it as a woman. So so Twilight, let me complete it now.
Hold on.
Hello. Hello. Hello, how are you? Just wait. Just wait.
Your phone are free.
So, if you're talking about all these things like I mentioned and like she mentioned, somehow, if you don't understand what it means, you might think it's all about being independent of a man. But it's not.
But do you know that quite a good number of women have misunderstood the same thing?
That's just it.
Right.
Yeah, she mentioned it. She mentioned Miley Cyrus.
But you know where Miley Cyrus is now? She's married. So this is what I'm saying.
But why do you do that? Why do you do that?
And here's what I'm saying.
It's not why they do that. The question is whatever message
is a scam. Most of those people that put it out there,
yes,
they'll be threatened by
I disagree.
The reason
but now let's hear from Patrick.
I know we'll address this.
We don't want to run your credit. Hello.
Next time I will come collect. No,
oh yeah, what's up? You have a minute.
Okay. First of all, when examples are being given about all these men in 2019 who are still holding on to this archaic or archaic way of treating women like bone, you both go to work, you come back and you still expect on the jam on the table. Where are these men? Because I don't see them.
Don't go there, please. There are loads of them. There are some people that don't eat. You have to cook a fresh meal every day.
Experience is everything.
No, here too.
Attacking these men who are still talking. Okay. That's my first question. My second question. Hello?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, my second question is, since we have strong women in the house, maybe they can break something down for us. These are women, from what I've seen so far, where they have their careers and their independence. They're making their own money, they don't need necessarily somebody else's money. So, now that the roles are changing, if these women meet men who are maybe intellectually on the same level, but let's say perhaps you are on a higher level financially than the men that seem like an ideal candidate or ideal person or a match, how would you handle it? And how do we now pass that information to all these women out there who look down on men?
Okay, alright, thank you so much. Well, you all got the questions? Yeah. Okay, good. Because the females are the ones, the ladies here are the ones that are going to answer your question. Do you understand? Thank you so much, Pade. He's our constant.
Pade, you don't forgotten our discussion.
Never buy the table.
No. He knows what we are talking about.
Alright. So, like I was saying, before the call came in, I just feel that, like what he said, that these women that speak about feminism, now they go back getting married and all. Well, if I can see where these same women say, don't marry, be independent of the man, don't send them, or this one or that one against men, then I can understand that is a scam.
And that's the thing.
But whatever message they're trying to pass,
they never said those.
This is my own honest understanding.
And I could talk about it because
what they're just trying to say is, based on what you said, especially from culture, do not just make it be like you are subdued to a particular position. Yes. There are other things you can do. Yes. We now have female governors, female senators, we have female speakers in the house, female presidents in the world and all. It doesn't stop you from being married or having a man in your life.
Look, listen, there has to be a balance.
Yes.
In as much as we say, don't allow anybody mistreat you or, be strong At the same time, teach them that something called character is very important for the girl child.
Yeah.
If you
for both
like,
sexes.
What about the men?
For both sexes, yes, but for the girl child, it's more pronounced.
For both sexes.
Because
for both kids.
Thank you.
Because that's why we have the challenge. So it comes from. So what I want. I'm sorry I cut you short. So let's not say the grown up men, the mature men are lost cause. I don't want to say that, but I'm trusting that as these conversations keep proceeding, that people start adjusting their mindsets. But the onus lies on us. Those of us that are raising kids now, those of us that are about getting married and raising our own kids, to balance it from the home. You see the boy, he goes to play football. He goes, hangs out with his friend, or he's playing PS3 and all of that. And you see the mom hounding the girl. Come on, lay your bed. Come to the kitchen. Go to the market. Do all of that. So you're already passing a message to the boy child. True. By the time the boy finishes playing and is back home by 7, his food is ready on the table. So he already has that entitlement mentality, like, okay, this is how it should be. So when that child gets to 18, 20, and you're trying to tell him, oh no, the woman is it's like, I don't understand. Where is this coming from?
Because all your life you told him he's king.
Exactly. My mother wasn't a feminist, but for some reason she got it right. When she is cooking, we are 8. All 8 of us are in the kitchen. You are bringing pepper, you are pounding the crayfish, you are going to the market to get some things. So it's a bit balanced. So it just lies on us, because I feel like this discussion, this argument, because it's an argument. What we're having is a discussion. How there is an argument.
Okay.
What can help us is for us now to start doing better.
No, and I agree with you, and with everybody talking about all these celebrities that are saying be a feminist means that not having a man. First of all, they never said that you shouldn't have a man. They said that you don't need, right? And and let's talk about the definition of need. If you do not have oxygen right now, you will die. Because you need oxygen, right? If you don't have your hat, you always have a hat.
Why are you pointing at
No, I want to understand. If you don't have your hat, you always wear a hat every single show. But if you don't wear a hat one show, you're not going to die. You want your hat, right? But you're not going to die without it. And that is the difference.
He needs that hat too.
No, he doesn't need it.
Let him remove it,
man. I said that if the second question says that if you meet those women, women who are career giants, that's when you meet a man, how do you react? That's where I started from. Go back to the family values.
Yeah.
When your child is well trained and she gets there, she will have an understanding on how to relate, no matter what level she is.
So I feel like at this point, with the question that he asked, we really kind of need to pick a struggle. And this is what I mean. If you're saying that with women, we need to understand that we have a place, right? So as girl children, we've been taught that our men are supposed to be providers for us, right? So if we follow that logic, if you're a female and you now meet a man that makes less than you, you shouldn't be with him, right? Because he can't provide for you. Or you're going to switch it around and be a feminist and say, yo, if you love the man and you make more money, be with him. Like, pick a struggle.
Let's quickly flip the table around. Let's quickly flip it. Like me, I grew up with my mom. And more reason why I miss her most. But she trained each and every one. We have 4 boys and a girl. The girl is even the last born. But she taught every one of us how to cook, how to do whatever it is that happens to be house chores. Now, you're not telling me that I make all the money, I know how to do all these things. Then what exactly do I need a woman for?
And that's what I'm saying. It's need, right? And this
I'm paid for it.
That's what I keep saying. I agree with you. You don't need a woman.
Right now,
if you want to have a woman, you should have one.
Just do
right now, we are going to take a break, okay? And I'm happy to inform you there is a special guest in the studio that is going to join us. In fact, we're not leaving this place. He will join us. I'm talking about G-Fed. Please. He will join us. He has an event coming up next week, and I'm sure it might just relate to what we're talking about because he's in his field. So
September 1st.
This September, there's going to be an adventure. Get your kids set as Thank You Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, The American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edo Chale, Prof B, Egos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shibo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120 Daylong Lane, Clerkville MD 21029. Time Red Carpet 4 p.m. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets Platinum Table of 10 $1,000. Table gets food and drink. Gold Table of 5 $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at iBuyTix.com. Standing Out with CY is supported by Wave Afro.
Instead of you to protect me from my nightmares, a real man is supposed to. We are running about.
So it was even nightmare. You're having a dream. I thought it was armed robbers now. The way you screamed, I just thought it was armed robbers. You almost killed somebody.
Sunday.
You're not serious. You just scared me.
So, if it is armed robber, that's how you run and leave me and be.
No,
Sunday.
are you not the one that is
if it's armed robber, you will run and leave me and be.
I thought you were following me now.
Sunday, I'm going to kill you today.
All right. Let me read a comment from one of our viewers, and then I'll come back and address my friends on the panel. And we have a special guest with us, the one and only G-Fem, a public and professional motivational speaker, and is a relationship expert. So remember I said it that possibly he might just have one or two things to say about what we're talking about, which already he has an event next week. And we're going to talk about it in a few. But before then, let me read from Michael WZ. He said, people come to my house with comments like, let your daughters be in the kitchen with their mother so they can know how to cook for their husband. I say, nonsense. My daughters should know how to cook to feed themselves. The parents of the man who will be her partner should teach their sons how to cook too. Their partner should also be a person that will help them accomplish her goals and vice versa.
And that is feminism.
Okay, I'm not with the whole labeling. I'm not with the whole terms.
It's just.
Can we just have an understanding?
That the whole labeling.
So, like what Shaibel said earlier on. When Shaibel said, okay, I know how to cook, I'm making money and all, why do I need a woman? My brother, you need a woman.
I can pay.
You need a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
I would suggest.
Wait, what do you call that is meninism?
Yes! That's meninism. Stop behaving like a
Can we
meninism.
stop this whole need word? Like this whole need word. We really need to stop it. Like even as
But you just used it.
No, but like you know what No, but like saying that like, oh, I need this. Oh my god, I need you. I'm gonna die if I don't have you. I need like no, you don't need. Like you don't like if you choose not to be married, you can choose not to be married. If you choose to go to Olosho house every single night, you can choose that. But if you also choose
with the way he has lost his father, he won't go.
But if you also choose to have a wife, you can choose that. If you as a woman choose to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of your kids, you can choose that.
Yes.
Like let's stop saying we need.
No, okay, but there's something I want us to try and do away with. She said something, the whole labeling of feminism. Let's have an
Alright. Before we get to that resolve, can we please appreciate our guest in the building? So I want him to introduce himself properly again and quickly tell us about the event next week. Then we hear his views on the feminism.
So thank you for the warm welcome. I'm Femi Ogunjimi, mostly known as GFAM, International Relationship Coach, and a motivational speaker. I have an event coming up June 29th, which is called Revelations of Relationship Seminar. It's strictly for the singles. And it starts at 1 p.m. It's just 3 hours. It's going to be over at 4. And it's going to be at Greenbelt Public Library. Greenbelt Public Library. And I'm giving out 4 free tickets for those that can follow me tonight on social media at my IG handle, which is GFem Speaks. GFem Speaks S with ending with S, and with the code ABL Live. ABL Live, I will give you free tickets to this event. There's a lot to expect at this event. First of all, we're going to be talking about your mindset. What do you expect in a relationship? How do you view a man? How do you view a woman when it comes to relationship? Something similar to what you've been hearing from the panelists tonight and the host himself, Jetty. A lot of things we're going to be talking about. What else do you want to expect in a relationship with a man or with a woman? Whatever you think about a relationship should look like, we're going to address that. And then one special thing that I
What's the ticket fee though?
$20.
20, okay.
Yeah, and you can purchase that online. If you go to ROR Seminar, Singles Edition.eventbrite.com.
I think the flyer says 30 though. So is it 20 before then?
So it's $30, but it's at a discounted rate right now.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah, go and acquire knowledge. It's good.
Wait, but what is single?
Excuse me?
What is single?
Single means you're not married, or you are divorced, or you are engaged, or you are still dating.
Oh, so if I'm engaged, I'm single?
You're still
Yes.
single.
Oh, true. Let me
Yeah,
find
yeah.
out. Damn.
Baby.
Wait first. Wait, Mario, you are single. Mario, you are single.
Hey, everybody, stop calling Mario. Mario, stop his name.
You are single. Mario, I can't see you. Are you there?
I'm single.
Now, what's your take on feminism?
So yeah, what's your take on that on the issue of feminism?
Let's look at it this way. First of all, let's take out the label, okay, the definition, and then let's look at it. What do we think is ideal in 21st century? As a man or as a family man who has children, and let's say you have a daughter. Okay, so when your daughter gets into a place of work, how much do you think she should be making? Do you expect that she needs to struggle to make the same amount that a man makes or not? So if we start to look at it from that angle, look at society, look at the standards, look at the jobs, look at do you expect your daughter to compete on the same level as a man, or do you want her to be deprived of what's supposed to be hers as well? So think about a place of work, right? Should we now consider, because of your gender differences, we now determine how much you should pay, how much they should pay you, or is about your IP, your intellectual property, your knowledge, your education background, what you bring to the table. So that's what matters. That's what determines how much you should get paid. Has nothing to do with your
gender. Yeah.
Right. So now, if you wanna put a label on it, that's when it comes to feminism. That's what it's all about. But it has nothing to do with if I'm gonna get married to a woman or get married to a man. It has nothing to do with that. We're married.
Thank you. Ah, Jesus.
So that's just my own short take.
He gets it. Thank you. Finally got it. Thank you. And like Shana, you're looking at me, but honestly, it's very, very simple. Okay, who you decide to spend the rest of your life with, marriage, blah blah blah. That's on you.
You have labeled a lot. You have.
No. I said the definition. I said the definition of feminism, right? Because that's what we're talking.
Don't forget to do like this.
That's what we're talking about it. But we're talking about intellectual equality, political equality, social equality, sexual equality. If you have a problem with the word equality, then like move to like the Middle East or somewhere where they love.
All right, so if it's based on where that woman is coming from in the video, where she says feminism is a scam. She's 55 years old. She's not married. She doesn't have kids. And at the moment, she's even on pills just to make sure she's happy. And she's coming from the angle of if she had known, she would have seen it from or approached it the better. But people should please be careful of what the feminism is all about. That is a scam. What do you think about that? Do you think the word feminism, if we're bringing back the label, but it's not like we're labeling anything, but how it is being created already, feminism, is it a scam? What's your take?
I don't think it's a scam. I think people just misconstrue what.
Exactly what I said before.
Yes, and I think there's also a difference between definition and connotation. Okay, so no, definition and
I love the way my
grammatical understand that. So connotation. So for people that don't know, connotation is the implied meaning
connotation,
of a word. Right? Yes, connotation.
Like
connotation. So, like for instance, right, when we hear the word food stamps, right? She's 30 years old, guys. She ain't 50 something. Sorry, misinformation.
Oh, but she said 55.
She said 55 on the program.
She lied
on the video.
Maybe that was
producer just showed.
That was then.
Maybe when she put up that post.
No, that's Wikipedia.
Wikipedia now saying she's 30 something years old. Well, you know, Shawty, you look good for 30, and you could still.
Because I was saying this woman is hot for 55.
She's 55. And she's still on pills. She's on the
No.
So the whole seminar is a scam.
That I agree with. If she lied about her age, that I agree with. But just
if she's a Trump supporter, she claims she's 55, whereas on Wikipedia she's 30 something. In fact, let me just help you. There's hope. You are just 30 something. You're not even enter 40. There's hope.
Thank you.
Don't lose it. Rather than concentrate on what you call scam, look for those that can complement.
Why you pointing to Mario?
No, am I pointing to Mario? Is there no light here? Is our CEO not there? And I say I'm pointing. Why Mario?
He's not
pointing.
Now we didn't finish listening to what. I'm sorry. I was one that cut in. So
I think the problem that is happening right now is that you have influx of women coming out to speak on feminism, and some of them are bringing that back home to the family, to the role of I expect my men to be able to help me out with washing of the dishes, with preparing the meal every now and then, because guess what? I also work just like you work. As a matter of fact, I do majority of work in this house than you do. You work, I work, you come home, you don't do nothing else. I still have to take care of the kids, I still have to prepare their meal, I still have to put their clothes together, I still have to take them to bed, and then wake up early in the morning, take care of them again, pack their lunch, their food, and then drop them in school. Or maybe you, the man, will drop them in school. So you have little work that you do to compare to the woman. So the problem is because a lot of women are now bringing it back to the home, to the family. Now men are now saying that, oh, feminism is not good. You know, you guys are just trying to be independent, and you are speaking against men. Now you want this equality to happen in a marriage.
But also don't take out the fact that some women, not all, take it to the extreme.
They do. I agree. They do, and I think some women came from the angle of possibly domestic violence. You can't say you're in a home, you're happily married, and the man is always pouncing on you. So sometimes you can actually say you don't even need this man. I need to just be at peace so that my life can be safe.
What you need is life. You don't need
but the most important thing is don't misconstrue whatever message is out there about feminism.
That's
so because that woman that spoke now, for me, she is a scam.
She is.
Because first of all, you said you are 55 years old, and now on Wikipedia you are 30 something. No, someone said, the lady in the video needs to go to Nigeria, and there are many men who will love her and heal her. Her problem is simple.
What type of healing?
So let's our guest doesn't know what Ihia is. Can we respect him?
I know what Ihia is.
What's Can you say that? Can you say that?
I know what you mean by Ihia. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I know when you say Ihia.
Alright, Sisioma doesn't wait. So now we are all on the same
He didn't teach her. Udwa. He did not teach her.
Alright, so that we are all on the same page, right? Sisioma, is
let's see what I explain. Very well.
See what can you say what in here is? At least different to we hear what in here is.
Man of God. Is a systematic
expression.
Is a systematic expression. Yes,
it's oppression
that happens in a very delicate time. But in time that
it's good
is ordained. Everybody, that time. Thank you.
Alright, so now we've come to understand. Let's read all the comments before we call it. Oh my god, this is an interesting day. Fisa said Muri aka Mario. Say you the hero. Then Fisa Fakole also said that Wikipedia can be edited.
Yeah.
It can.
Olori Yinka Ade, thank you for joining us. Wait. Michael also asks, it's like the difference between Black Lives Matter and A Lives Matter. Are you serious? Okay. No women have been oppressed. I must be suffering from masculinism. All these comments are funny. Oh, okay. Mr. James said, what is your definition of provide, Yinka?
I don't believe anybody needs to provide for me but me. So I think we need to ask the parents who keep telling these young men that they're providers and that we women are so frail that we need somebody to provide for us.
So what's your definition of
For me, how I provide for myself, I make sure that my shit gets done.
Oh, that's your provide. Your shit gets done.
My shit gets done.
That's provide.
That's provide. And I do my shit for myself. And that's
Oh, you did
now, if you want to, you know.
I didn't see you do that now.
Sorry, there is just this beautiful thing about Udwaga and Siwa. They have a sink that is.
It's too simple.
How Siwa was trying to define just sent her definition. And she said, here means man and woman doing for night.
Can we close this show, please?
Because your wife has told you that we have to
coming to you, Udwa.
That's everywhere.
Man, it's been an interesting night. I would like to first of all thank all our special guests in the building, Sisioma and of course Kemisola Adewale. Sisioma, I hope you enjoy your holiday though.
Yes, I am.
Very good. You're writing new songs, you're doing things, you're saying things, and people can follow them on social media. Sisioma, Kemisola Adewale, Shybel Media, Yinka Oladiran, CY Comedy 1, GFM Speaks with the S, and mine is Comedy Jetty. It's a beautiful family. I know we treated the topic well. You all don't forget two important things. One, the event next week for singles, and it's just a discounted rate of $20. And the first 4 to follow him on his social media page gets a ticket for free to that event. It's next week on the 29th, and it's at the Greenbelt Public Library. So don't miss it. It starts by 1 p.m.
Please send me a DM.
Yeah, with the code
ABL code.
ABL code. Yeah, ABL. That's the code that will help you get your free ticket. The theme is Revelations of Relationships. You know, this is coming from wealth of experience and acquired knowledge just to help you out. And
Revelations of Relationship. Finding true love.
Finding true love.
So the beginning and not the end.
Are you guys going to?
Revelation is the end. So
Are you guys going to also discuss in here?
Yes.
Well, don't miss it. Why didn't you invite CY to come and speak?
CY and me, they should come.
Oh yeah, no, that would be fun. No, that would be fun.
To all of you who tuned in and who wrote comments, thank you so much. Pajay, you have always been a constant caller on this. That's a
fantastic guy.
Consistent, constant caller caller.
Yes.
CCC.
We have labeled him.
We have labeled you. And you're not a scammer.
Yes.
No, he's a masculism.
Like, it says a masculism.
He's a masculism. But
now say anything for polygamists, I run.
It's been an interesting experience. We'll catch you all same time next week, every Wednesday by 8 p.m. Thank you all so much. We love you. Don't forget, September 1st.
Yes.
Standing out with CY. The American Adventure 2. He's going to tell you more about Ihian that day.
Plenty things to talk about.
Plenty things.
It's not grown up.
Go get your tickets.
So we say a lot.
Yeah, go get your tickets.
Censored.
Go get your tickets. It's very
Mind of
important.
God.
Thank you all so much. Good night and God bless. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Thank you.
Into AfroBeat Live.
This September, there's going to be an adventure. Get your kids set as Thank You Promotions presents Standing Out with CY, The American Adventure. Featuring Mr. Patrick, Emeka Smith, MC Chaz, MC PC, Jedi, MC Solid, Foxy P, Edochale, Prof B, Igos, Grand Commander. Music by Isaac Gerald. Also featuring DJ Shibo. Date Sunday 1st September 2019. Venue The Gathering Place 6120. Daylong Lane, Clerkville MD 21029. Time Red Carpet 4 p.m. Show starts 5 p.m. Tickets Platinum Table of 10 $1,000. Table gets food and drinks. Gold Table of 5 $500. Table gets drinks only. Regular table $30. Tickets available at ibuytix.com. Standing Out with CY is supported by Wave, AfroBeat Live Radio, Afro Swag, One Links, Omni Concept, ibuytix, House of Udix, Teddy's Africa, Media Panache, African Mirror, Labby Films, Porter's Mind, The Place Royal Hotel, Shonadex, Away Couture, and Messi Seats. Be ready.